How are we all doing today? Little audio check. Still waiting. Waiting. Think we're live. Pretty confident. Does it work? Yeah. All right, we're good. Splendid. Awesome. Let's get to work. All right, so if you're not familiar with me, my name is Mark Joseph Szymanski. I make videos like this, live streams like this every week, Thursday, around 11:30 a.m. I try to hit the 11 mark. Sometimes it doesn't actually happen. But yeah, nevertheless, that's why we're here. That's what we do. We talk about different agency topics, different WordPress topics. I've owned a WordPress agency since 2018. And we've been ramping up, especially in the past couple years. And I've just my stack to give you an idea. If this is the first time you're listening to one of these, if you're listening live or on the recording, I have literally changed my entire stack in the last like 3 to 4 months after being an Elementor user and all these other like different kind of plugins and some things that I kept. But my point is, like, I was in Elementor land and now I'm in Bricks, the Bricks ecosystem of different things, which I call an ecosystem, but honestly, like, you don't even need like a whole ecosystem. You just need bricks, and you can do a lot with that. But if you want to amp up your game, it's more of like Elementor. You need a couple additional things. You needed a couple additional things throughout. But with bricks, it covers a lot of the bases, gives you a lot of freedom and everything like that. So I say that just to say that if you're looking to get a little bit more out of your page builder that you are currently using and you don't know about bricks, maybe looking at bricks, looking at oxygen, just get out there, right? If you feel like you're not, you feel like it's not fun anymore, maybe switch it up, because that was me, and I'm having a lot more fun now, and I think that not just the business but my personal sanity in this space is just way better. So that aside, little bit, context if you haven't seen me before, but what we're going to talk about today specifically is related to bricks, and I'll give you the context here before we dive into it. And I share my screen. Is that I have been making these videos right more consistently over the past since the beginning of the year. So and a little bit back into 2023. So always been making some videos here and there, but more consistently with the live streams and things like that. And if you're interested in getting in content, I'm probably not going to talk directly about this on the channel because that's not exactly who this is for, but it is something that interests me. But a little one of those gold nuggets right here is, as soon as you start talking about things that you are passionate about, like if you pick web design, or you pick literally anything else you're interested in, obviously in our case it's probably web design. If you just start talking about that, people immediately, like in their minds, like when they see somebody on the internet in 2024 talking about subject XYZ, whatever, immediately think that you are more of an authority in that space, or they think that this guy knows and is confident enough at whatever he is doing, like whatever his discipline is, that he is going to sit down, he's going to maybe purchase a camera, purchase a microphone, he's going to talk into the camera, and he's going to publish that on the internet. I'm just saying that, like, it's like a fast track to kind of like building rapport and authority, because not everyone is doing that. Like, a minority of people are doing that. The reason I say that is to give you the context on how we are literally here today, because I'm extremely transparent with everything. We are looking at something called Bonsai Blueprints. I have never heard of Bonsai Blueprints. It is very similar to something you may have heard of, and which I immediately thought of, is Frames by Kevin Geary and the ACSS team. But Bonsai Blueprints here, and we can slide over here, and I can give you the context. Is I don't know, co-founder, maybe owner, Evan, I believe. I don't want to butcher that, but I believe it's Evan. He reached directly out to me and via email and said, "Hey, do you want to take a look at this? Here's a free beta license, everything like that, and take a look at it." So we're looking at it because I don't want to be just always using Frames. So first of all, I have like a separate, I'm going to talk about this as well, I think, in this video, because it's pertinent. Me personally, the way that I work currently, and that may change, it may continue to change over time. I have like I've talked about this in a different video, but I have like an aversion to using like a template library, because it's totally a me thing and not like other people. Like, they are very good, but like whether it's Frames or whether it's Bonsai, like I'm gonna look at this, and I do like some things about it. But me personally, like I just have a problem with it, and I'll explain as I kind of go through here. But I think that you should definitely look into Bonsai Blueprints, and I will put the link in the chat here as we go through it, just to take a look at it. It is very new. It's in they're in beta testing, but it looks pretty promising. And let's just kind of go through it here. So. And truthfully, this is kind of like the first. I've looked at the website, obviously. I did install it, the template library, but this is pretty much the first time me looking at it. So we are experiencing this together. So let's do it. All right, so Bonsai Blueprints, you have the link in the chat. Let's take a look. Powered by ACSS is like the first thing. I'm going to talk super meta here too, like not just about Bonsai Blueprints. Like if you are creating a blueprint library in Bricks, the opportunity for you is crazy, like immense, the way that they have it set up. You can literally... That remote template library feature in Bricks, if you're not familiar with that, if you've never used frames or you've never used something like Bonsai Blueprints, is you can literally put in I don't know how you do it necessarily dev-wise. I think there's probably just probably just like it loads in via like just a specific URL for each one of these templates. But all you have to do to like get this is obviously you get the license through Bonsai Blueprints and everything, and then you use a link and you use a license key or a password essentially in Bricks, and then you have all the templates. It's amazing how easy it is. Like you don't need to download a plugin, you don't need to download like anything else. It is just it hooks in. It's not a webhook. I don't know what it is. Okay, but it's something that you literally put in 2 pieces of information, then you have all of them in your remote template library. It's kind of just in that Bricks pane, right? Which we'll see in a second, but I'm just trying to give you the thing. The reason I'm saying that is because if you are going to create a blueprint thing, maybe you're watching this even on the replay, and Bonsai Blueprints is something that you have seen and you want to build something like it. If you don't use a framework that is already popular, whether it's ACSS or Core Framework or something, if you don't use that, then like, I'm not saying it's not a good idea, but the thing is like, this is like, I feel like a really good, kind of like rocket boost to your potential sales. Like a lot of people use ACSS. It's a popular framework in Bricks. They might use frames, yes, but maybe they want to supplement. So you could have frames and you could have Bonsai, and that would be fine. Like now you just have more templates to deal with, to like choose from. But they all use the same framework, so they're all going to kind of behave the same. And again, we'll show you the code once we get in there, and like, or the CSS and everything like that. So they're in beta testing. They were created using ACSS. You need to have an ACSS license required to use the remote templates. You can get one there. Please note blueprints are still in beta. We'll continue to develop more and everything like that. I was, like I said, these guys reached out to me, I want to say 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I've already seen some added, so I know that they're working. And then again, website, as far as the other website, we'll come back to this in a second. Nothing too else crazy here. Let's look at get started. So follow this guide, setting it up in Bricks. Make sure some certain settings are on, palette, yeah, just, settings and everything like that. I want to come back to that. I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. They obviously have some support there. And then, yeah, okay. So here's my first thing. Obviously very new, totally fine. The other thing though that I looked at, and I was like, okay, this seems like frames template, remote template library. Okay, cool. It seems to be, I kind of like in a way, like to an extent that they seem a little more styled. There's a whole nother, topic kind of be had there. You kind of necessarily maybe don't want them styled, because then you want to put your own styles on it. I don't know we'll see how they import, but the point is, like, I kind of like how, to me, it gives a different visual when you're looking at the template. That's another thing that it's very difficult for me to do, is I look at these templates, basically. I look at the different, I keep wanting to call them frames. They're not frames, obviously. Each different template or whatever. And it's like, I could see myself using that, but I can't visualize it because I'm not a designer, and then I don't know how to put them together very well. And then the last thing that we'll get to in the second part of this, when we actually dive into the dashboard of WordPress with a install of this, is like how do, like, now I have to I have to really understand how these templates were created, kind of in a way to kind of maneuver them, just because I don't know, it's just weird. But But the thing that I noticed immediately, which is, again, you could say good, bad, indifferent, whatever, is that I like the categories and everything like here as far as just how they display this, but there's one called full page. And I immediately saw that and I was like, you know what? I understand exactly why, and a lot of this is going to be compared to frames, just because that's the one I know, right? But I know there's other template libraries out there, but I'm only familiar with frames. So full page is a really interesting concept that I know you could just create with frames or even with Bonsai. Like you could just pop in a bunch of different ones. But the idea that I could just have a full page, it reminds me of what Elementor tried to do with those template kits or whatever the hell they call them, but I was always too scared to use those because they changed to Flexbox, and I wanted to use Flexbox, and I don't know if those new ones were using Flexbox, but like this is what I mean is like this is kind of interesting that there's like a full page one rather than me having to like individually pick the ones that I want to do. It's not really that, again, it's kind of more like a wash rather than like being good or bad, but it's just something to me that I thought was really interesting because I don't really think that that's something that Frames is interested in doing for their own reasons, which is totally fine. But it was just something interesting to me. So the fact that they already had some full pages, that was literally the first thing that I said was like, and coming soon and thank you are kind of like cop outs there because, those are definitely like not really full pages, but like this one, that's like a full page. It's kind of interesting. Again, not necessary, but it is cool that like, for somebody like me, all that is probably just other blueprints, like other templates all mashed together, like kind of like in a modular thing, but at least it's all in one thing now and I can just pull that in. And I just feel like it's easier to like just, take a couple out that you wouldn't want or rearrange things and everything like that. Cause I'm just not a designer and I'm just pretty freaking bad at like actually designing a page. So I like shortcuts that are possible like that. But that being said, let's get into this. I'm searching very heavily, and I feel like an idiot for this. I'm searching very heavily to try to find a way to actually get this product. And I did see it in one place. Maybe I have to reach out to Kevin, but I mean, or not Kevin, Evan. I'm pretty sure this guy's name's Evan. That's crazy. But I have to reach out to them. But again, if you're interested in this, go there, and I'm sure they're anxious for more testers and everything like that, especially because they want to get this out there. But regardless, let's dive into an actual situation here. So what I've done is I've gone into the Bricks. This is just a local WP install of Bricks with ACSS on it. So that's the other thing too, is if you're doing this, you need Bricks and you need ACSS. Again, a lot of people probably have that, but you need to have that if you're considering this because they won't work without the framework. I think I could just go into settings here, templates, down in the Bricks templates. And this is what I was talking about earlier. You give it a name, you give it the URL that the template library asks you for, and you give it your password, which is normally your license key. And then boom, you're done with that. And then you can just go into the like any page, for instance, and here we are. So we go up to templates in the top right, and then you have your templates that you create. You have community templates, which I think are just directly from Bricks, and now we have Bonsai Blueprints, and here we are. So there's a lot of stuff in here. There's some things, again, it's in beta. I think some of these things, well, actually these are Woo, so that's interesting. Maybe I should download Woo to see if those like actually work. It's interesting that this one works, but these ones don't. But that's actually really interesting. Damn, I'm gonna have to look at that. Okay. Yeah, we'll download Woo too in this example. But yeah. So this is now what you're seeing from the other just the marketing website. And yeah, and again, like I said, this is literally the first time I'm scrolling through this, so I'm gonna be thinking and talking at the same time as far as what I'm feeling here. I probably should have downloaded frames too. Probably should have put frames on this just to kind of like compare a little bit, because in frames you're not going to see all this, right? Like you're like generally with frames you're not going to see any styling in these images here, because that's kind of the point. It's more of like wireframey. So it doesn't matter. We just got to start poking around and see what happens. So let's insert this Tokyo one. Okay, so yeah, I don't have any. Do I have default styling? Let's put a couple in here just to see if like if like what that actually is like. That might be, let's put this one in. Let's put this one in. Okay. So I got to double check on how this actually works here. So like button action. Okay. So a couple things going on here, and let me preface this by I'm absolutely not a goddamn expert at Bricks or ACSS or anything yet. Okay, I'm just dabbling, and just trying to see new things. So if I stumble, just be gentle. All right, but what I'm seeing here is I'm trying to see what they created and then how they utilized the framework specifically for like the buttons and everything like that, right? So this would be like, this is like I'm looking here and then I'm looking over here in the classes that are attached to this. So that's a button actions, button outline, and then also like a CTA grid CTA button. Okay, so like yeah, let's look at the structure, kind of the structure panel here. So we got pricing. Okay, so this is a pricing one. And then intro container, okay, so it's, how did they do it? They did content gap, they put the var in there for grid, okay. So yeah, so that's interesting, okay, cool. Let's see what else. I'm trying to understand, and maybe it's just easiest to just go like this. Like if we just go back over to ACSS, and we go to palette, we go to action. Let's just change that because I don't know what the action color is on this site. It's just random. Let's change it to purple. Let's just see what happens. And then here, save, reload. So you saw that was blue. Okay, so see, like this is interesting to me, right? Because I'm not sure how I feel entirely about it. So with this blueprint, with this template, this one at the top here, these were obviously connected to your things, right? To your colors. These though, these basically like these pricing cards are just blue, and like I'm it's not a deal breaker, I don't think, but they're blue. So it's like, what am I? Okay, so they're the background. Okay, so primary, cool. All right, so let's play around with some other things. Okay, so we got primary. Cool. Primary trans. Okay. Okay, so it's the primary color. I got it. Okay. I'm confused on if that is this is just me. I'm not criticizing. I'm just wondering, is that the normal behavior of how generally a framework would operate? Let's change the primary to green. I mean, it probably is. I'm assuming. I'm also not 100% on color theory, and I don't know the colors that have already been set up in this website. So, all right, cool. I mean, yeah. I guess then the only thing you need to understand is like what you're gonna put on there. Like what you need to know that, like, okay, that was primary. Okay, so it's style primary. You got to look at it and then you can go change the primary color. But it's all gonna match. It's all gonna look good. Yeah, I mean, I like that so far. That's pretty cool. The icon, what about the icon color? So accent, okay. What about this guy? Where is our, okay, gradient, linear gradient, var, secondary. So a lot of colors going on, like a lot of colors. Like, okay, so just in 2 frames, we've had an action color, we've had a primary, we've had an accent, we've had a secondary. Again, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I just personally, I've literally never even used, I feel like I always use an action color because that'll be on buttons. I feel like I always use a base color now that I know what the hell it is. And I guess you keep neutrals on, obviously. And then like I like using accents for basically normally the same as the action, but for different types of elements. So action is buttons and things you click on. Accent is like little accent headings if they're a different color. I don't know what to use secondary for, and I don't know what to use primary for. I mean, I guess you use primary for, I don't know. I mean, it's cool. It's just we've already used like 4 different palette categories in like these two frames here. Which again, you could just change. I mean, I'm not saying it's not easy to change. I'm just wondering, like, as far as like the actual workflow of that. And I don't know if you let me know if that's a weird thing to be actually be questioning or not. But I do like it though. Again, I mean, it's I could see myself using a frame like this too, or I keep saying frame, but like a template like this where like it has these, and I think they do have some of these in frames as well. But there's a lot of stuff in here. Let me see. Where is... Okay, so let's talk about this one there for a second, because I'm trying to think of like how this one would work. So we got media container, and then also they put the little CSS in here, just like Frames does, and then there's a lot of stuff down here. Okay. Cool. All right, and so I mean, again, there's a lot of stuff going on here. A little extra. I don't know if that's supposed to be there or not, but yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I seems pretty. It's a pretty dope design to me. I mean, I'm assuming all these are. What do we got here? Is that... I don't know if that's actually how that looks. That's a little strange to me, but it is kind of interesting design. I'm not sure if that's how that ends up looking on the thing. I don't know how to do a good actual example of that other than we can inspect on the front end. But okay, let's add a few more in here. Let's take a look. What do we got going on here? Let's see. I'm actually really interested in the Woo stuff. I think I might have to do that. Can we put a header right in here? Why the hell not, right? Okay, maybe not. Well, I put it directly in the... What the hell? That seems pretty... I know this is like right in the middle of this. It seems pretty standard though. Scroll up. Well, this is obnoxious. There's so much stuff. Yeah, let's see. Header. Yeah, I mean standard header. Okay. Let's take a look at something else here. Templates. Which one do we want to look at here? I really want to look at like kind of like a full page, or I'm trying to think of something that's interesting. Well, let's look at a form, because that's definitely an easy one to talk about. If I understood how Bricks threw this in here. Oh, that's interesting. Actually, that's really interesting. What did I just click on here? That was interesting. I think this is the middle part with that above, and it like kind of here. Let me kind of do something like this. Let me put in another one, and let me find that. I see what it did. Okay, so like this is this middle part. See, I like that and I dislike that. It seems like a little lazy as far as like the pictures. I understand what they're doing there, but it makes you seem like you're gonna get that as well. And then down here, it's like you're gonna insert this, and you're gonna think that you get that form part. But wait, what? Okay, so this is the whole page. Okay. I mean, I'm just throwing in random things, so. But this is a good example. Okay, so this, even though it's hard to see, this is features. Okay. And then this is hero, okay? And then, yeah, it's modular. It's modular. This is what I like. I really do like this, how this is all modular. They're all different templates, but they come together and they serve some of them as full pages. I love that. Honestly, I love that. I really do. So like this is a header. Like you could drop one blueprint, one template, whatever the hell you want to call it, into this, and you could have a full page that you could... it's meant to kind of sit here as it is, but you could take this section out if you wanted to, I really do like that. What else can we chat about here? Let's see. Let's see if we press save here, and then we go preview. Is everything accessible? How about these cards? These, I don't even think they're not clickable. So I'm not doing a screen reader test here, but I'm tabbing. It seems like it's working. I'd love to know if it had the why does the preview not, why does the Bricks preview not open a new tab? Maybe I should see if that's a setting. Yeah. I mean, again, I like it. Overall, I think it's something that I could probably have on my site. This is another random thing. I'm throwing this in as a gold nugget with the YouTube. Is I've seen people put YouTube here, and then for dynamic data, they have to create a new field because it, for some reason, it just wants the, like, not the full YouTube URL. Like the Bricks UI doesn't want the full, it just wants the video ID. But what I've done is I just go dynamic data, and then I just click my full YouTube URL custom field, and that seems to work. That's not really related to this, but yeah. Okay. Should we throw in some other ones here? I wanted to see how the form actually worked real quick. I'm sure it's just a Bricks form. Fun fact, I've literally never used the Bricks form field. I was using, I just never even got to it. Like I was using like a Jet. I think I was using Jet Form Builder for like a minute because that's what I used for Elementor for the past few years, and now I'm fully bought into WS Form. So that is going to be the form builder of choice. More content coming on that. What else we got here? Table of contents. That's kind of interesting. I think we should download Woo. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. All right, so let's go WooCommerce. Install. And it's going to try to make me do this whole setup thing, and I'm going to say no. And this is a local server, so it's a little slow. All right, any day now. There we go. All right, skip that. Come in here. Let's just say Pennsylvania. Go to the store. Opening the doors. That's cute. Okay, now let's see if I can insert these. I wonder if I have to be on the pages, though, but we'll see. Let's refresh. Just save, refresh. And let's see what we got. All right. Where's the templates? All right. Do I have to be on that page? No, it does not. Look, so I want to point that out. That's very, very important. First of all, I will say another thing that I don't think Frames has any WooCommerce stuff. Maybe they do, but I know that that's not like a focus. So it's kind of cool to see WooCommerce stuff if you use WooCommerce. That's the first thing. Second thing is that I was literally not able to insert these until WooCommerce was installed. Understandable, but let's insert them now. As soon as I did, it worked. So my point being that, like, there's nothing extra that seems like you have to do. All right, so this is pretty standard here, the thank you. And honestly, this is something that I'm going to have to deal with myself very soon because I think WooCommerce is still the winner in my mind. SureCart's coming, but I think WooCommerce is there's just too much. It's too big. And I don't have any personal qualms with it. Yeah, it's a little bit of a pain sometimes, but it is what it is. I don't know the status of these. Obviously, they're not like looking very interesting right now. I don't know what they would look like on the front end. Also don't know. It's very weird to me that Bricks doesn't have like a live preview option. Unless it very well may, and I just don't know about it. Okay. 2-column checkout. I don't know if that's normal or not. I do have one other thing that I was testing recently that had Woo. Well, actually, we have Woo on this site now. Why don't we just check? What if we go to what if we go here? We go cart maybe. We're not gonna have any products though. Bummer. Can we even get to checkout then if we don't have any cart or any items? No, we can't. Bummer. Well, let's make a product. Why the hell not? Going all in here. Test. $10. Cool. Back to cart. Or, well, actually, let's go here. some standard stuff. I mean, I know that like kind of every page builder I think has something, but I like how, I don't know if they're all like this, but I like how like simple and clean these are. And then you go to view cart. And again, this is like, it's absolutely nothing nice, but this is all Bricks just kind of doing this. And it's just like simple and chill. I mean, Bricks and Woo, but I'm saying like, there's not anything crazy going on. Kind of gives you a very easy place to start from. And then this is actually kind of interesting, right? So this is, I don't remember seeing it like this by default. I think certain themes in the past, someone's telling me, I don't know if this has changed, so if I'm wrong, let me know. But I feel like in the past, this is default. Again, out of the box, just installed WooCommerce, didn't even touch anything, just have Bricks. I'm not sure if this is an ACSS thing that's happening right here. I guess technically I know it's not a Bonsai thing because I have this on another site. But just for the fun of it, let's do this because I'm actually really interested in this. I don't know if there's something else that is controlling this. So I don't think so, but I'm going to deactivate ACSS just for a moment. Let's reload this. No, see, I think this is a default Bricks thing. I mean, like obviously there's the fonts and stuff, but I'm saying I think this is a default Bricks thing, like this 2-column kind of nice checkout experience, like better than what it used to be before. Unless WooCommerce has changed and that's the default. If it is, forget everything I'm saying. But all I'm saying is I remember when I was creating WooCommerce checkout stuff back in the day a little bit, like more frequently, especially with like Hello Elementor and Elementor Pro. It was just like, like one column, this stuff's at the bottom. It's like a weird checkout experience. And like every other website, every other builder, Shopify, all that, they go 2-column and they go like a nicer checkout type experience, maybe multi-step too. So I don't know, got to play around more with that. Everybody's split on like if they like WooCommerce or not. But again, like I said, I think it's still the kind of the main big player way to go right now. But yeah, cool. All right. So point being though, is we're in the checkout now and we have this already. So if we go back to something like this, I'm wondering what this would actually make this look like. And maybe we do a quick test of that. Let's go to Bricks templates, and I'm assuming we go add new. I've never actually created a Woo cart or checkout template yet. Oh, look at all this. Holy cow. Okay. So when you have Bricks, everybody's really familiar with like header, footer, singles, these first, few up here. But now you have all these. Holy cow. I didn't even realize you could do this with Bricks. Damn. I didn't even realize it was like this straightforward. That's crazy. All right. That is really awesome. I don't know if that was built in mind, because I've seen some other live streams and people are like, oh, we want more WooCommerce stuff. And I'm like, well, that seems like a good start there. Did I click? I think I wrote cart and clicked checkout. I'm almost certain I did. Yeah. We're just going to use this as a checkout. Okay. So templates and then Bonsai, and I wonder how the filtering works. No, it seems like it works. All right, cool. Let's try this. All right, so now we have our old checkout, and we're going to go duplicate this, and we have a new checkout. What is going on here? Okay, did I not do that right? I might, I probably didn't set it properly. Hang on a second. Template settings, conditions. Oh, they're automatically rendered the correct page. Okay, interesting. All right. Save, checkout. I'm not going to reload that one. Is this a me problem? What did I do? Did I say cart? Was it actually cart? Let's go here. Bricks, templates. Yeah, I wrote cart. It is checkout though. Let me do this. That might actually be an issue. Let's try this. Come on. Nope. Whack. Okay. What about if we view it? Well, I have no idea what's going on, but I guess it should look like that, which is nice. How does that differ from this one? I mean, I just think it's super cool that you can play around and change this stuff. The only other experience that I have with this back in the Elementor days was like Jet Woo Builder, which was pretty good. But you know, you just have. I feel like this is kind of cool, like how they are able to do this. I don't know if you can do this on your own. Is there like, if I go in here and I go like add new, we're learning together here about WooCommerce, Bricks, all that jazz. If I go here, cart, edit with Bricks, is there, if I wanted to create my own, is there a, oh shit. Okay. All right, so there is some stuff. Products. Okay, that's not, no, we don't want that. We're on like a cart page right now. Like that. Okay, so cart totals. There's like a table. Is it all the WooCommerce stuff? Interesting. Well, wait a second. Let's go back to, I know I'm jumping around a lot here, but brain's working. What is this? Checkout, container, customer, checkout customer details. Okay, checkout customer details. So that's an actual element, right? What about Woo? Check. That's interesting. I mean, I just threw this on a random page, so I'm not sure if it would actually let you load it there. But this looks like a, yeah, this looks like an actual you know, element that you could put anywhere, and then you could put your checkout review, your order review thing over there as well. So I mean, obviously, I guess you could build your own with the elements, and that's obviously what this is doing. But that's kind of cool. It gives you another option to just plop in there if you don't like the default one. You don't want to build your own, but you like that one. Yeah, I'm down with it. Honestly, like I said, I could see myself loading them both into a website and maybe kind of like seeing which ones I like for different projects and things like that. But here's the thing: I'm gonna probably wrap this section of the live stream up with this. Is that here's my issue? Let's go back here. Okay, so in my experience, and maybe I'm just an idiot, so take this with a grain of salt. Let's say I like this one, right? If I wanted to use this, instead of me just trying to like look at this and build it, which I'm very comfortable and very like familiar with, I now have to, let me actually get rid of a lot of this. Can I just click the delete button? No, of course I can't. Let's get rid of some of this stuff. A lot of stuff on this page. If I am looking at this, if I see this on another website, I'm like, I don't have a template, it was built with something else, like I can just try to build it, right? It might not be perfect, but it would be something that like I could maintain and know how to do in the future. I just feel like there's, when you insert a frame or a blueprint or whatever, it's like there's a lot to worry about that like there's a lot to learn that you didn't do. Now, obviously with BEM, like everything should be pretty standardized in a way, and I think it seems like this is using that, which is fantastic. But my point is like you have to like start going in and modifying classes and things like that. And if you want to change the class name, then you have to do the auto BEM to change the class name first, and then you have to. It's just a lot of things. And then if you want to, I had this problem recently. Then I wanted to like move something. And again, this is more of a me problem, but it could be a you problem as well if you think like me, and as far as like the way that you develop. It's just like I almost rather just look at the thing. I almost need just inspiration rather than like an actual template to implement, because then if like, I mean, like, you know, I don't know what happens if like you need to modify it and things need to go away. I mean, then now you're like, well, it definitely is a time saver, no doubt about it. It's just, you know, I don't know. I mean, that was pretty easy to get rid of a few of those, so that works too. But then, I don't know. Can we query these too? That'd be sick. I don't know. I'm just interested in that. Media container. Oops. Query loop. I don't have anything on here, but I'm sure they're queryable as well. Yeah, I don't know. That's just my thought on just using frames and templates in general. But yeah, I mean, overall, I would say Bonsai Blueprints is pretty solid to this point. I mean, again, it uses ACSS. Seems like it uses BIM. Seems like it's for the most part like makes it very maintainable, scalable. I like how you can drop in full pages that are just made of modular blueprints. I like how it has WooCommerce stuff. I really actually like that. Let me see if there's any other templates that I really think would be next level. Obviously, it's brand new, very new as well. I think the one other thing that could be cool is like the smaller things. The one thing I would say is obviously if you compare it to something like Frames is just bigger, right? There's more. It's it's been around for longer. So there's going to be more of those tiny things that like have like weird CSS going on, like that the one we were just looking at there with the anything with the custom CSS in it is like cool, but again, it's also harder to manage that because you don't know what the hell like necessarily happened there. Like you have to go and you have to kind of figure it out and everything like that, which is still a time saver. It's just like now I have to like go deal with it, go figure it out. I really like the Woo stuff though. That's a huge thing for me. Yeah, could be a little. There could be a little bit more. I want to say like flash, I guess, for some people that care about it, like just like buttons that aren't really buttons that have animations and things like kind of built into them. But I wouldn't focus on that maybe at the outset. But yeah, overall I really like this. Again, I'm not even like a huge blueprint or template guy, but I think that's something that really is. I don't know. I'm excited for it. Hopefully, it continues to move forward. So, yeah, Bonsai Blueprints. Definitely go check it out if you have not yet. I think you will not be disappointed. So, with that, let's segue over into some other stuff here. I don't know how much more time I have left here. Maybe like 15 or so. Just some other updates, some other things that I'm working on, some other things that I'm doing. MarkJosephMancy.com is technically live. It was an Elementor site before, and now I have made the switch. So it is live, but it's still like coming soon, but it kind of just looks like this right now. And I'll explain this. I'm going to make a full video on this whenever it actually makes sense to. But this is a LinkedIn link in bio section. I don't know if I think I did talk about this last week maybe, but super high level again though is just this is a like a like a link in bio, link tree type thing or whatever, and you can have like multiple different links on here and everything like that. And I'll put this up as like a free template whenever I'm like fully ready to kind of like launch this and everything. But for now, what this is a template that is my coming soon template for the website. At some point, it's going to be like on its own like landing page thing that I can redirect people to, because I own the domain mjs.bio, and I had a video about that the other day. So yeah, what I want to talk to you about here specifically, and I can actually kind of test it, maybe we can actually play around with it for a second here, is if we go to the website, which again is not done yet, so don't kill me, it's not even close to being done. This is interesting because you're gonna be wondering what the hell is going on right here. And this is the first time me seeing it, so like this is really awesome that it actually works. This is the styling's bad here because I was just playing around with some stuff, but what this is like super Inception right now. This is a section on the website that this right here is the live video that you're watching right now. This is so weird to explain this. This is my website. This is my homepage of my website, and I'm gonna have the section where like if you're reading this, I'm live right now, and there's gonna be the live video from YouTube playing here. Now, there's a few different ways to do this. The first way that I could do it, because I use Restream, is I can embed the stream. However, I don't know what plan I'm on, but apparently you have to be on like the actual God tier plan to embed the damn stream. I don't really understand that. But apparently that's the case. That's option one, which I'm not really going to do. There's another option where you could just probably download a plugin, or you could do something else or whatever to make that happen. And I didn't really want to do it that way. I wanted to do it as natively as possible because I think that would just be like the best way to kind of end up doing it. And I wanted to make it so it was literally like a video. Again, obviously not these two videos here, but I was testing with something else. So like a video here, right? And then it's a section. And if you're reading this, I'm live right now. And then hide that section when I'm offline dynamically. And then when I'm online, it appears. I don't know if you could, because again, like this is a good example. This was like a random, and I'll get into the back end of this, but I'm gonna have to turn the sound off real quick because I think it's gonna, right now this is muted. It starts muted in auto, but I think if I go into the back end, it won't be muted. So I just have to remember to turn that off. But what's happening here is this is a different video. This was like some random video that I was testing late at night from Barstool or whatever, and they had, I don't even know, they were searching for needles and haystacks. It was pretty funny. But that was live, so I was using that as a test. And then this is my link. So I'm happy to know that whatever configuration that I have going on there, it works when you're live. It just doesn't work. And I'll make a full tutorial on this when this works because people are going to enjoy this. But this part up here is what it looks like when you're not live. And I don't want that. So then I was like, it's fine if it looks like that. I wish I could put just like a poster there, like, live soon or something, but I might be able to do that. But the thing I was trying to do was, and I'll show you. Let me just try to go in here. So let me go Bricks and make sure to turn this off because I'm pretty sure it's going to start playing this audio. Oh, no, it didn't. Fantastic. Okay, so if we look at this section here, which I should just name like live, I'll just name it live here. If I go like this, live wrapper, okay, so it's just two things right now. It's just header and code, and then this is where everything's kind of taking place. So what I am trying to do, just from a ton of research, and like you could also do this with the YouTube API, obviously, and I haven't done it with the API. I'm literally just embedding the frame because I didn't want to dig into that yet, but I may have to get there because if I want to do it the way I want to do it, I might have to do it that way. But anywho, and I'm going to make these slightly bigger, maybe. There you go. Yeah, whatever. Okay, so this is, and I don't like that it's doing that now. Okay, there we go. All right, so the top one you can see, like if we look into this code over here, so the top one you can see is, this is like the embed link. If you go to any YouTube video and you click embed, you're going to get youtube.com/embed. Then you're going to get something else, like a random string or whatever. The long story short, if you want to try to do this ahead of me actually making a video on it, is you have to go embed/live_stream if it's a live stream. And then you have to do question mark and then channel equals channel ID. And that will give you the current, if there's a live stream, it will give you the current thing. So that's how I was able to take that and I was able to put it down here. And that's why on my screen right now, you can see the inception of what's going on. Okay. So that's cool. That is actually like works great as long as you're fine with it saying like this video is unavailable whenever it's not available, because it's going to do that, because that one on the top is like, again, the different channel that's not live right now. And I happen to be live. So that part works to a degree, right? The only other little bits are if you want it to autoplay, then if you want to autoplay a live stream, then you also have to mute it. Or else it, for some reason, I don't know if it's Bricks thing or whatever, it won't play. So I had to put in autoplay and mute like this. And again, this is using obviously like the embed, code and everything rather than like the actual video element, which you may be able to do it that way, but I wasn't able to get it to work that way because it was like an embed type thing. All right, so whatever. And then the next thing is I was like, all right, well, that's great, but I want to take out this situation, right? So these people aren't online right now. I don't want to show them/me if I was actually doing this. I don't want to show me. I don't want to show this whole section when I'm offline. So and again, I was just doing it. I was just trying to hide the iframe, not even the whole section yet. And I was trying to use some JavaScript and stuff like that. And I went through like several different things. Essentially, though, and I don't think I'm gonna be able to show this because I have to switch to another, like a window to share or whatever. But if you inspect these, okay, if you were to inspect this right now and inspect this, when this is like this, when the video is unavailable, that iframe, like within it, you know, one of the divs or whatever the hell, like it like makes up like the actual stuff that's in that iframe. There is a class put on it. Well, there's obviously a ton of classes, but there's like specifically there's some classes that are like YTP error, like you basically it's saying like YouTube player error or something like that. So there's a few classes, and what I was trying to do was like if like a lot of things I was trying to do was like if you can if the within the iframe there is this class exists, then delete, then display none. Like don't display the iframe. And I haven't gotten that to exactly work. And then I found like this other thing where it's like if like there's an iframe error, but I don't really think that's like an iframe error. I think it's like an error within the website that the iframe is pulling, you know, from. So I don't know. I'm just still playing around with it. But once I get it, I'm gonna be like, this is awesome. I'm gonna be able to hide and show it just dynamically. Hopefully without any API calls and things like that if I can avoid it, because I don't necessarily have to pay for that type of feature. Again, the other option is probably there's a thing out there. But I think all the other, if I was gonna develop an app, I don't know for certain because I haven't looked into it, but if I was going to develop a plugin, I'd probably make you, the user, put in the API that you have. And I don't know the ins and outs of all that. So we'll have to figure that out. But yeah, that's just wanted to update you on that because that's kind of a cool little thing that I'm doing. And it was literally Inception, so that was awesome. But yeah, so working on that. Website is coming along. I just have to obviously finish more stuff, and then latest YouTube video, those will be actually on the site as well, so we'll have that free stuff. I don't know, improve your business. And then I just you're getting a sneak peek at like this here if you're watching these streams. Like I'm trying to make the language like, I don't know, this is my first crack at it. Like I'm trying to make the language like friendly, slightly funny, but not like stupid, and like funny, not funny, but like personable CTAs. Like I like you enough to subscribe to this. Again, styling wise is off and everything like that. And I really like first name, last name, and email address on newsletters because I like to have like the stuff in the actual CRM, like within HubSpot in my case. But like I don't want to like force people. I don't want you to type in like some bullshit here if you don't want to put your first name and last name. But I want you to understand like if you type it in, like it's going to say your name, and like if you type it in over here, it's like I'm going to, my CRM is going to be appeased. And then, but if you want the, just funny stuff like that, I don't know. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, also one other random thing that I will say on the stream, because I hope I can get it to work, but I'm not 100% sure because I just have to do some extra stuff, and I don't know if it's like entirely worth it. I had this freaking idea because I'm looking at all these different like personal brand websites or just other like I don't want to say influencers, but like other like content creator websites, right? Where they have just different things. And and they're all the same. Like they have the name or whatever, and then they have this, and I just can't figure out the hero section at all. And I had an idea though. And if you steal this idea, that's fine. But I'm gonna do it at some point. I just had this idea that was like really like weird and kind of funny. Everybody does this. Like they're standing over here, whatever, or they're standing over here, or they're sitting in the middle, or whatever, or it's just their headshot, or it's just like a weird like like I don't know, like boxed image of them or something. I had this idea to try to shake it up, and my thought was, imagine you have something like I'll do this for a second. Imagine you have something like this. Let me see if I can delete that. Okay, imagine you have something like that. You can see that, right? Yeah. So you have nothing there, okay? And then you have, I'm not going to be able to show this very well, but I'll try to do it like this maybe. Is imagine you have that on the screen, and then if you're looking at me in this camera, like if I went like I'm off the screen, and then I just walk, I like literally walk in from the side of the screen over here, and I walk in, and then I'm just like not all of my body, but like my top half of my body, like one of those things where like you walk in and then you smile and then you go like this or something, and then you stop right here, and then like if there's a picture, like just when the page loads or something, it's like it's like an animation. I guess it would be like a video with a transparent background, and and then it stops, it freeze frames like right at the end, which is like a still of you, and then that's what it is. But every time the page loads, like you like walk into the page like that. I have never seen that with my eyes. I've never seen like a website do that. I think that would be really like probably kind of weird. I don't know what the limitations would be if I could make it look good everywhere. I just think it'd be like really interesting and really different. And I actually got that idea from everything they do with like the NFL, or like even like any other sports and stuff like that. Anytime, like now they used to have just their faces and stuff, like their pictures on the stingers, I guess, or whatever, on the bottoms of the screen and things and whatever. But if you've ever seen, like now they'll have like videos. They'll like say the starting lineup as the game's going on, and on the bottom of the screen they'll say like ABC person, and then they'll be like bringing their head up or something, but there's motion. It's not like a lot of motion, but there's some motion, and there's nothing behind them. It's just like the rest of the broadcast. That's all green screened out. So in order to do that, I think I would need to go to a green screen, like basic facility, because I could probably do it. I could kind of do it here, but the quality wouldn't be good enough. I'd need to go to like a green screen situation or something that I could key out the background. And then I need to walk in just like that, and I need to do that. And then I need to convert that somehow into transparent video, but I don't know if I'd want it to be a video or like a GIF or something, because I don't know how that would work. I've just never seen it like done. I need to do more research. But I had that idea, and I was like, damn, that is a crazy, interesting idea. If it was an actual video of me like kind of like walking in there like that. I think it would look a little weird, honestly, because like this isn't done and not perfect, but like this is supposed to be, obviously there would be something below me here, so I'm not just cut off, but it would definitely be jarring. I feel like if you saw it, I don't know, it's funny. I don't know. So that's just a random thing that I was thinking about, but yeah. So I don't know. Other than that, we got to keep working on working on this. And also the other thing is, I don't know what's on this page yet with the manifesto. I don't know how much I put on there, but I'm definitely gonna have a manifesto, and it's gonna be like I feel like that'll be my secondary call to action. It's like join my list or whatever. This is not gonna be here, but why you should follow me. Like I really like that concept. It's like, wait, why should I follow you? And then they that's like something I feel like people would click on that because that's interesting enough. Be like, what? And then they can read more about like what I actually do stand for, my philosophies on some things, and then and kind of go from there. But yeah, other than that, any other random updates? I'm gonna just kind of vent for a second here. I have been trying. I was actually kind of like sick a little bit. I turned 28 on January 28th. This was that Sunday, and I was like a little sick that day, a little under the weather. So kind of an early part of my week kind of got a little screwed up, and I just didn't necessarily want to like film anything. I definitely am still trying to do obviously a live stream every Thursday, 100%, and I'm trying to get at least one video out every week for the entirety of 2024. It's been going well. I'm very happy about it. I'm just going to put this out there, and if you watch this and you have some opinions, feel free to get back to me. But my thought process currently, again, as a evolving content creator in this space, is that I have a lot of shit to say, always, all the time. That's just me as a person. But I have a lot of shit to say. And I want to say it, I want to say as much of it as possible, but I also want it to be like somewhat packaged kind of in a way that people would actually listen. But at the same time, I know that like I feel like volume and quantity is more important than like the utmost quality. I'm not saying you should put out like garbage stuff, but I think that where my quality of content is at is fine. Really, I'm just saying these things because I don't know the answer to them, and I don't know if it's something that you guys would be interested in sharing what you think. But I just look around at the other people doing similar things to me, and there's some people that are just spraying content. And I think that is like a good way because you just get it out there, and this piece of 3-minute content resonates with somebody. First of all, it's like very niche. Like it's like not everybody's going to need to know whatever that is. It's like here's a snippet for something or something. Here's a whatever. Like I'm probably going to do more of that because there's a lot that I've amassed that I'd like to do it. My thing is I would just like to do it in a way where I can take all of it and archive it in a way that is really beneficial on the whole. Meaning, if I put out 6 pieces of content that in and of themselves, like just random people maybe would get value from, what I'm ultimately going to end up doing is on my website, because YouTube isn't great for this, on my website, there's going to be a way for you to like kind of see all of those. And it's like, oh, I watched this one, but I didn't know about these other 5 that were like all really pertinent as well. Here's all those. And like, obviously it's already built into the website with some different facets and searching and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, my point is, like, I have a lot of stuff to share. I don't know whether to do it in shorts or whether in long form or in live streams. I love live streams because I can kind of just talk. No editing required. If we have people pop in, we can have discussions, and I love that. And I'd love to take more questions and try to figure some stuff out on live streams. But I don't think that comes overnight. I think we just got to keep doing the live streams and putting out content, and more people will get there. I'm also going to start doing. I would love to start doing more like. I'd love to do collaborations. I just haven't asked anybody to collab yet. But if anybody wants to collab, we should do that. But I'm also going to try to do some external collaboration. I already have a couple slated. I'm not going to say anything until hopefully they manifest, and then I'll definitely let you guys know. But I don't know. I'm just trying to be more involved in this community of the WordPress and Bricks and all these different other spots that I'm in now, and I'm enjoying it. But yeah, so if you guys have more content, if you guys have specific content that you'd like to see me cover and want my opinions on things, please let me know. If you don't, then I'm just going to assume the other stuff. And I already know this client portal thing absolutely needs to happen. I actually may have a agency project coming up recently or soon that will be creating a client portal. And maybe I could film that, or I could create something very similar along those lines as a test case. But as like something as just an example that we could walk through. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just excited. I need to get to work because I got some proposals to write and change orders and things like that. But other than that, guys, thank you as always for the support and watching the streams. I think we get like reasonable views on the after stream, which is awesome. I don't know if you guys. Appreciate you guys watching regardless whether you can make it live or not. I just chose 11 on Thursday because I thought that was a decent time. But yeah, so thank you guys as always. If you have any questions or thoughts or anything like that, let me know. And yeah, check out Bonsai Themes or Bonsai Blueprints. Damn. Yeah, check that out. And yeah, other than that, I will see you in the next one.